Welcome to our talk show where we debate everything and resolve nothing. I'm Farah and I'm 27 years old. I'm born in 1997, so that makes me a Gen Z, and I work in a creative agency.
Hello, I am Anis. I am 29 and I am a millennial. I am an account manager at the bank.
I'm the mother. I am a baby boomer and I'm 62 years old, currently not doing anything.
Unemployment.
So we wanted to start off with you first, Mom, actually. Tell us about yourself, when you got married, when you started working, when you had kids.
Okay, so I'm a typical person, lady from years ago, whereby my benchmark is my mother. So I want to get married at the age that she got married. And she got married when she was 24. So when I passed that benchmark, I was kind of like jittery, like, oh my God, I'm not going to get married. Who would want me? I'm going to be an old maid, you know? It's not like I jump at the first person that offered, but...
So you didn't jump at marrying the first man that you saw?
Not really.
Wait, how many offers were there?
So maybe I was a bit aggressive for my age. I kind of like forced him into a corner. Like, you better marry me because there'll be a party coming to ask for my hand in marriage. Haha, kena tipu. Anyways, without him, I wouldn't have gotten you guys, and you are the love of my life, and all that kind of
life. Were you working at 24 already?
No, I was studying. I finished studying when I was 26. So during my time, studies were still, if you do a degree, it's 4 years. If you do master's, it's 2.5 years. But nowadays, it's all fast track. So you can finish your bachelor's in what, 2-3 years? So I was still studying, and I finished studying at 26. And I worked when I came back. So that was, I also came back, when I finished, it was the recession. So yeah, it was a pretty tough time looking for a job at that time. So, but the government helped us by telling us that you should sign up with the labor department and having all the corporates offering us a job. And even though the job is not a permanent job, we took it because we needed to work. We came back with a degree. We should be doing something with ourselves. So yeah, so I got my first job with a bank, and turns out it's a bank that I don't know about. Never heard the name, but I worked in that bank until I retired. Yeah, so that's how long ago it was.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've always wondered about this because like I moved jobs. I think this is the longest job that I've had, which is like almost 10 months.
See, that's what I don't understand.
Okay.
Why do Gen Zs consider 10 months to be the longest month in their working career?
Let me hear me out. Okay, this is what I'm so confused about, right? Because when I was working at the PR industry, when I was working at that PR agency, and then after that I worked in the insurance agency, I really hated it. I couldn't see myself working there. So it's like, to me, right, if you don't enjoy it, if you can't align yourself with what they believe in, why should I stay? And it's like, shouldn't I work harder to find somewhere that I can like work forever at? That's why I'm so like, I wanted to ask, like, because you worked at the bank for like all your life. Didn't you for a second thought like, no, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, was that not an option?
I think that's always on everybody's mind, to be honest. But by the time I came to that stage, I probably had like maybe 3 kids already. So I need the stability. And my company is quite stable in the sense that unlike some other companies that, you know, they want to cut staff, they want to reduce overheads. So they don't do that to us. So we just stay on. So I guess that's part of the loyalty.
But were you rewarded for that loyalty?
Yeah, in a way I was rewarded also. But not rewarded for loyalty actually, it's rewarded for work done.
I think that's where you and Mom are quite similar. you're very practical. Like, you think
What does that make you?
because like you always say this thing, and I feel like a lot of millennials think this as well, is like you work, and even if their work like you hate it or you don't like agree with it, you're like, what can I do? I just have to do it.
Yeah, I think that when I started working, there was a strong sense of that responsibility that I felt I had to just do it just for the sake of earning money. So that, to me, I didn't feel like there was a lot of room to be individual. So I felt like I had to do what I had to do because I had to do it. So only after at my second job did I feel like, did I really know for myself that I didn't want to do what I was doing. And so that was, I think, a turning point for me where I felt like maybe I should rethink this. And I think that was also about the time when more Gen Zs were more vocal about their opinions about the jobs that they do and the people they work with. So I think that kind of pushed me towards thinking more about what I actually want for myself.
Did you have other dreams other than a typical structure of like kahwin, kerja, have kids?
No, actually. I think that was everybody's dream. You have a job, you get married, you have kids, finish.
But then if you're seeing it now, like seeing how Anis and I, because at 27 and 29, like we're just getting married, having kids is not even something on our minds. So it's like, do you feel like if you were born in this generation, it's something that you would have wanted?
If I was born in this generation, I probably would be thinking like you guys, because the generation now, the girls especially, are very independent. So, you know, like Beyonce's song, I have the money, I have this, I have that, why do I need a man?
Oh my god, which Beyonce song is this?
It's not Beyonce's song? Oh my god,
one is
okay,
it?
I got the wrong song.
How does it go? So how do you feel that Anis and I aren't married?
A little bit worried. Worried in the sense like, you know, last time when you get married, you have a partner. So your partner and you have double income, you know. But having said that, I also raise you guys on a single income because I'm a single parent. And looking back at how you guys have grown and how you're working and how you've moved forward, I think that being the independent woman that you are, Farah's going to cry now, independent woman that you are, not too worried perhaps, a little bit worried, but I still wish and pray that someday you guys will get married, you know. Do we have tissue? It's not supposed to be a crying session.
Why are you crying?
What do you mean? Why you're not crying? Thank you. No, so sweet. Even
Anyway.
Was it hard for you, like as a single parent on a single income?
Yeah, it was hard, you know, managing each person's expectations. Like you might want one thing, and I, as a mother, of course, I want to make sure that everybody get what they want.
No, actually, to add to Mom's point, I don't know if you've heard this term, but there's this term that millennials use. It's called DINKs.
Dinks?
Yeah, D-I-N-K. Yeah, D-I-N-K.
D-I-N-K.
So, which stands for dual income, no kids.
Oh,
So it's, I think that's a lot of millennials now. We have partners, but like we don't see it to be easy to raise kids now at our current financial stage. And we feel like maybe we only want to raise kids when we have proper financial stability. And I don't think it's really to say that we don't want kids, but we just don't feel secure enough to be raising kids in this economy, genuinely speaking, with what having...
I hear that a lot, you know, to be honest. But if you want to put it into perspective, it will be the same during my generation too, you know. I didn't get help from my parents. I had mates also raising you guys up. Okay, my parents only helped, to be fair, my parents only helped until Anis. And then when Farah came along, my mother passed away. So my dad obviously cannot help out already. So I had to have a maid. But what I wanted to say was, I think having kids and you just go with the flow. You just have kids and that's it. Be done with it. There's no such thing like work, and no children.
But I have to disagree with that because it's like, no offense, I think you raise very wonderful children. But it's like, I see,
My wonderful children talking.
because it's like, I see my friends and I see that their parents aren't even together anymore. And it just makes me so sad for
That's
them.
another thing that I wanted to say also. There's something different between your generation and mine. As I was raising you, I noticed that a lot of your friends are also a single parent.
Yeah.
So I thought that maybe that was becoming more common now also, that there's only one parent in a household. Whereas during my time, good or bad, the parents are there together, you know? Not during my time, sorry, my parents' time.
Definitely not during my time. Not ours.
Well, I tried. Move on.
Why do you think people get divorced more now than compared to you?
They give up very fast. They don't want to work at the marriage.
But to argue with your case again, because you did say most of my friends, they would have parents who are around your age also, and you said like they don't, and they all also have single parents still. So it's like when I see this, I don't know if you feel this, but it's like I don't want to have kids unless I feel like I can be truly there. And I feel like maybe that's what boomers kind of lacked at that time, is that they think, okay, have kids, have like just work, and then whatever, like you said, like just go with the flow. Like I don't want that. It's like I want it to be proper, and I think that's why it's so hard now, even though I'm not very good at managing money myself. But it's like I want to be able to have everything complete first before I start having kids.
But
and
what
right
if it's
now,
too late?
that's the thing, and it's like, I guess it's something that I have to accept. It's like, because I don't have the surroundings to raise a child, like the economy and everything, I wouldn't be able to have a house, and it's so hard. And it's like, I want to be able to give my child the best. And I don't think I'll be able to in this generation. I don't know if you feel that way though.
No, I actually, I think for mom or mom's generation, I feel like there's a strong sense of responsibility to have kids because your parents want grandchildren. I feel like that's what your generation mostly felt like, and I feel like for myself, it's kind of an in-between of maybe we do want children, but we also want a life, you know. That I think that the priority is kind of split down the middle a little bit in wanting to have both that and your own life.
I think the difference between me and you is that our life is family life.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, you all talk about having, what life is it called?
Independent,
No, not independent life.
individualistic.
Stop putting words in my mouth.
Oh, I thought I was helping.
You want to work and you want to have a
corporate lifestyle.
no corporate lifestyle.
A boring lifestyle.
Stop it! No, it's just that you want your life to be
A work-life balance.
a work-life balance. That's right.
Oh, she's not familiar with that. That's why she doesn't know.
Yeah, it wasn't in my vocabulary. Okay, sorry.
No, to be honest, it wasn't in mine also for a long time. Until like all these Gen Zs started coming into the workforce, did I only think like, oh, that's possible, you know, because
There's such a thing?
yeah.
What were you saying actually? Because you started off this conversation, you were like, Gen Z, I don't understand this one thing about Gen Z, mental health. What were you gonna say actually?
Just like that.
Guns blazing.
Just like that lah. Some of the things that I feel Gen Z's blame on mental health is just part of being mengade-ngade. Anis agree.
Well, do you see it as something that is reasonable?
Okay, I feel like as someone who went through all the things that I went through as well, like as I like my previous job, I really felt like there was no space. And also because I grew up, like everyone in my family is older than me. I'm the youngest in my family. So like my brothers are also millennials. And I felt like because mental health didn't exist, I felt like I had to suck it up. And I feel like that really affected me. And I felt like, oh, okay, maybe mental health isn't real. And it's like back then, I would have loved to see all these things that people would be like, actually, it's okay. Like, you'll be okay. And it's like, it's okay to take a day off. But I didn't have that, and no offense, because I grew up in this environment with you guys. I feel like I really had to suck it up, and that's what made it worse. You know, everyone has such different lives to us, and I think that's maybe my ability to empathize. It's because I grew up watching all these people. You know, witness their lives. We all have seen each other's lives now because of social media. Everyone is sharing everything. So it really stuck with me, like, yeah lah, anyone could be going through anything, even if they're joking about it in real life. Even though like in person they're like seemingly okay, but actually behind the scenes they're not. So it's like, fuck it. I'd rather go in the direction of supporting them than losing someone. Then like next day at work, oh, they're not there. Not to make it like super deep down, like, no offense, sorry to turn this conversation into this. But it's like, I don't know, who am I to say all that? Like, everyone's going through something.
It's kind of like what I mentioned earlier, right? It's not like we don't care about these things and don't think that they're not important and whatnot. But I think in my generation, we always looked at the bigger picture. You know?
Betul, yeah.
If I had to take, I don't know, let's say 6 months off because I had to remove my appendix. I don't know why you would need that long, but I think automatically I would think, would there be someone who can replace me? Is there enough time for someone else to pick up my slack, pick up the work that I'm leaving behind, you know? And so in some sense, our work ethics was more towards everyone else but ourselves. So that's kind of why I mentioned there's a bit of selfishness that comes with Gen Zs, that, you know, they feel like they should put themselves first, which is not wrong. But I also feel like sometimes in situations like this, especially when you are working with a lot of other people matter too. Yes, other people are going through shit and you are also going through shit, but you still show up for everyone else. And that's why I feel like the work ethics have kind of changed from my generation to yours.
I wanted to ask, this is a separate topic now. I wanted to ask, how do you feel about me having very Gen Z traits?
There's this word that a lot of people use
Not
to
another
describe Gen Zs.
Mental
which
health.
Is
The word is mental health. Stop it.
No, entitled. I think certain aspects of you being a Gen Z has benefited you. And I think those traits are more like the boldness and the, you know, if we were to look from a different perspective, it's not entitlement, it's like you're being bold about what you want and what you need. So in those times, I think they have benefited you. I just don't think it's suitable for all situations. I think that sometimes there's a bit of selfishness that Gen Zs have, because when I was working, I feel like a lot of times I was thinking for the team, you know, I was thinking for the company, you know, I was thinking for my family. And maybe that was one of the motivations as to why I felt, you know, I had to do something just because I had to do it, without thinking like, oh, you know, maybe tomorrow I want to be a barista and earn like, oh shit. No offense to baristas, but it's not the lifestyle that I wanted for myself, to be able to reach these goals that I wanted as well. So in that sense, I think maybe they have a lot, Gen Zs have more security, I feel, or more boldness, and are willing to take more risks in those things. And I feel like sometimes it benefits them.
How do you feel about me being a Gen Z? Oh, silence!
It's not that you chose to be a Gen Z, you were just born a Gen Z. But yeah, perhaps when Anis was talking about risk and being selfish and thinking about yourself, generally, I see that in my friends' children as well. Most of the time it's like, why should I do more? I should just do this much only, you know? But I suppose that's also because you are never worried that you have to think about
Other people.
not about other people only, maybe about financial or whatever, because your group of people you grew up with parents who are always ready to provide you something. Most of you, 90% of you, have your own cars, without even having to go through the trouble of working, earning money, and buying that car. Some of you are very lucky that parents also have the foresight to buy houses for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. So when you're an adult, there's nothing for you to do, you know. So I can take any job I want. Today I want to be barrister, tomorrow I want to be the chef, tomorrow I just don't want to work for the next 6 months. Yeah. So unlike, it's not an attack. So unlike millennials and baby boomers, we had to work hard for our money. Nothing is provided for us.
Oh, so you don't think Gen Zs work hard for their money?
I mean, they work hard to a certain extent.
Oh,
Enough to
wait,
buy.
Okay, this is really how you see Gen Z. Like, you don't think they, like, the money that they make is like hard earned, or like you feel like it's memang coming from their parents. Especially, like, yeah, I was very privileged growing up. Like, I don't have to pay for my own car and things like that. It was all like given to us. Is this how you really see like every Gen Z? But because I don't want to put myself in that lump.
No,
You know me personally.
I said my friends' children are the same.
Ah, okay.
Most of them.
I think it's more like the money that you make is for yourself. Whereas the money that we make, sometimes we make, was towards other things. Like, you know, building a family, you know, it's towards your parents, you know, or maybe you have to support your siblings or whatever. But I feel like maybe the money that Gen Zs make are mostly for themselves and their own lifestyle. So that's why, because everything else has been provided by the previous generation. Yeah. And so they didn't have to worry about, oh, what am I going to eat today? Where am I going to stay today? You know, like, how am I going to get around? You know, those things I feel like have been provided because, you know, they were like that.
But then back...
How often do you take the public transport?
Hey, I love
Apart from Grab.
But I love taking public transport. Remember when I was working at my other job, I always took
I
public
sent you
transport.
halfway.
Oh!
Oops!
Receipts! I was gonna say, because you said that like our parents like give us money, was it like normal for like your time? Memang your parents don't give you any money, they just like threw you out to the wolves. But I feel like it's a very Western thing. Don't like Asian families, even at your time, still help you out?
They helped me until I started working.
But I feel like that applies to you.
Does it apply to you?
Oh!
Even when I was studying in the States also, they don't give me that much money. So I worked in the States to support myself or my lifestyle, which is to pay the rent.
I feel like this is unfair. You gave me a very fortunate life, a very privileged life. Like, shouldn't I take advantage of that? Shouldn't I take advantage of this, not in a bad way, but like, shouldn't I use this opportunity to do what I love? Isn't that what you want for your kid? Takkanlah you work hard and then, I mean, you still go on holidays and things like that, but shouldn't like we or Gen Z like take that, like, do you want us to suffer? Not suffer lah, but do you want me to live like Aunty?
Wait a minute.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you want? What do you feel like is missing for Gen Z? Because isn't this the life that you wanted to give us? Like something that's free and easy?
Not free and easy lah.
Okay, not free. Ask an example lah.
Especially not free lah.
But yeah.
Maybe a bit more responsibility.
I have a question, like genuinely. How do you guys make friends in like this generation?
In this generation.
In this era.
Yeah, because like you are retired and you're like...
Don't say accountant.
I don't know what you are. No, you like work in like a corporate job, you know. How do you make friends? Like for us, it's like online, you know, our own interests. Does that apply to you
We
guys?
go up to somebody and say, hi, can I be friends?
You're good.
Yeah.
Like you're not as used to using digital tools as we are. So like how would you make friends? And like
It would be like friends of friends, like mutual friends from your friends that you have from like high school or uni.
oh.
Yeah. So the circle is quite small. And then that's the circle.
How about you, Mom?
Well, I joined the gym, so I made friends from there. So my circle has expanded from there because a few years back, all my school friends decided to meet up again. So we touch base, and then that is connecting. That's not making new friends lah.
Do you like ever, like, because I make a lot of friends through online. Like I literally flew to America and to Indonesia to see my friends who I've like known for like 5 years. And I never met them before, right? Sometimes when we go like to other countries also, I'll go on Bumble. Like I'll be like, hey mom.
It's funny that you're mentioning this because when I mentioned this to my millennial friends, they were like, well, has she met this person? Like, what if that person kidnaps her? Like, why are you meeting someone online who you never met before? Like, where is the, you know, no, the trust was there, all, like, fully.
Yeah.
Like, why?
But like, why not? Like, but I've known these people for 5 years. Like,
Before that, before you got to know them, what were you thinking? What were you feeling when you're making friends online? You're just like left, right, left, right.
Yeah, because like even when we go to Thailand, even when we went to like other countries, I'll go on Bumble and swipe and be like, oh, I'm gonna meet this person, right? I don't know. To me, it's
Isn't it worrisome?
shouldn't you answer this as my mom? Like, are you not worried for me?
I'm just knowing you doing these things. Okay.
That's such a lie. You saw me. No, but like I don't know. Is it because we have more trust in technology? Is it because we are more comfortable?
I think it goes back to that boldness thing you're talking about.
It's very...
risk
yeah.
taker.
Just like, go with it.
Yeah, so you guys wouldn't.
Definitely not.
Is it because like for Gen Z, we grew up with the internet, we had all these things, so
No, but like people still meet people online now. It's
Yeah.
just that I don't think I would travel to another country to meet my online friend who I've never met in person.
But would you make friends in the first place online?
I feel like you wouldn't.
If it was somebody in Subang,
Jauhnya.
okay, Kepong,
Kapong.
You mean here?
Segambut, nearer Segambut. Well, I won't do online.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Shouldn't do that.
Oh, why not?
Maybe there's something.
I feel like there are a lot of scammers out there.
Oh yeah, they target like older people.
Yeah.
So now that we've talked for like I think 2 hours.
Really?
It feels like it. Do you feel like you understand where all of us are coming from? Gen Z, Millennial, or Boomer?
Okay, maybe if I can start first, as a baby boomer, and having gone through so many things for the last 60 years, 50 years lah, 50 years or so, I myself am evolving. So evolving so that I can understand all my children, my grandchildren. What's my grandchildren? Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Gen Alpha, Gen Zs, Millennials, better. I'm not working, so I don't deal with them. But yeah, maybe I might come across other people who are Millennials and Gen Zs, and so because I'm evolving with them, so I try to understand them. I think I understand them a lot better now.
I think you're doing a really good job. I think I don't feel like I'm the worst of Gen Z.
No, you're not.
The high pitch.
No, you're not. I think you're doing a really good job having raised like 3 Millennials and 1 Gen Z.
Thank you.
I feel very supported by you. I feel like you try very hard and work very hard to understand me also.
Love you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's still a lot to learn about every generation, and I think that it's okay for everyone to learn together because everyone is learning for the first time, right? And I'm sure that you're going to face the same things when Gen Alpha come into the workforce. And so there are a lot of things that we can learn from each other, and I think that it was good that we have this conversation. So,
Yeah.
wait, why are you crying?
I just think like you guys are so
Superwoman?
No, not that.
She's gonna cry again?
You guys just like, You've learned so much. You know, you've changed so much from when I was like younger. So like to see you guys talk like this and be so understanding of each other it's nice to see. It's just nice to hear because I feel like communication in our household was something that we really work towards. And it's only something that can work if we all do it together. And I feel like we did. No, I'm joking.
Not me and mom laughing.
You think Gen Zs are like this also, cry all the time?
Actually, I think just me lah. No, but I get it lah. I understand where you guys are coming from and why you made these decisions that you made and how it made you into the person that you are today. But I feel like there is a lot of effort coming from every generation to fit into the current one that we live in now, especially considering all the circumstances, our planet's dying, inflation's at an all-time high, everyone is trying to kill each other out here. We're all trying our best. And I think we just need to just better understand where each of us are coming from and just love each other. Should we hold hands? Do you guys want to hold hands? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any opinions, anything that you want to like expand on or anything that you want to add or disagree with, agree with, do let us know. Whoa, I'm doing the thing. Let us know in the comment section down below. If you guys subscribe, don't forget to click the notification bell. Yeah, if you guys want us to like answer any other, explore any more topics, let us know as well. We're definitely gonna do more of these. Yeah, thank you so much for my sister and my mom for being here Salam. For being here today and joining us. Yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you for having us.
Bye.